Good evening. After visiting the crash site, a Russian official said today the Airbus A321 that crashed over Egypt's Sinai Peninsula on Saturday broke up in the air. A second Russian official said the plane disintegrated at a high altitude. Those comments fueling speculation about precisely how that Metrojet plane fell from the sky, killing all 224 people on board. It was a plane filled with tourists, families flying home from vacations at Red Sea resorts. Now their loved ones, many of them in Russia, are mourning, and there are more questions than answers. NBC's Bill Neely starts us off tonight from Cairo.
It fell out of the sky and no one knows why, but there were more clues today. The debris is so scattered, the plane's tail 3 miles from the cockpit, that Russian investigators say it broke up in midair. Search teams are examining suitcases, human remains, the tangled wreckage for any signs of explosion, fire or mechanical failure. Amid it all, tragic reminders of the 224 lives lost. The plane's 2 black boxes have now been recovered, and soon the voices and data from the cockpit will be analysed. Investigators still have no idea why the plane suddenly lost altitude and speed at 31,000 feet, why the pilot made no distress call, or exactly why the plane broke up in midair.
They're going to be looking at the flight controls, they'll be looking at the fuel system, and then they'll also be looking at maintenance issues that may have induced some sort of technical failure. One of the things that you can't rule out at this time is whether or not there was an explosive device of some sort on the aircraft.
They're searching too at a morgue where the bodies of dozens of passengers were examined by a Russian forensic team. Most of the dead have now been brought here to be identified, many of them only through DNA samples. It is grim work. 25 of the dead were children, some photographed near the plane, the youngest, 10-month-old Dorina, waiting to go home. Metrojet said again today its aircraft are technically safe. Russia isn't so sure, grounding the airline's A321 fleet. Some airlines are now refusing to fly over the area until the cause of the crash is known. In Russia, it was a day of mourning, prayers and tears, a nation in shock. And tonight, the bodies of dozens of the Russian tourists are being flown from here back to St. Petersburg, the city they left to go on vacation. No one is ruling out any possible cause of the crash that killed them, not even terrorism, because no one knows for sure yet whether this was mass murder or a tragic accident. Kate?
Bill Neely reporting from Egypt.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here, and then click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.